never knows it's gonna be okay. Burn them all now. Oh. All right, Pete. How's things? How's everybody getting on? Everybody all wrapped and ready? I keep forgetting everybody will be at home today because it's Christmas Eve, isn't it? And it's just like, what does that mean? So, how's everybody getting on? Oh, I'm going to get me Triskelion. Oh, God. So how's everybody's Christmas Eve going? All right? Naveed, how are you? Gio, Martha, how's everybody getting on? Don't know what we're going to be talking about today. Usual stuff. So I have now completed my Akashic reading course, I guess you could say. Yeah, part 2. So I'm now reading people's Akashic records, which I realised I was actually doing anyway in my calls. Now it's just about literally putting words to it, basically. So it's very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. How's everybody else getting on? Brave, love that little picture. That's class. Love Brave. I was actually thinking about watching Brave. Well, I'm sure we watched it last year. Actually, it was really nice. There's a family in that. So yeah, how's everybody getting on? All right. Merry Christmas or Merry Yuletide. That's it. I was already doing it. Like that's what I realised when I started tapping into it. Like the calls that I was doing with people, I was already tapping into the Akashic records. I was already tapping into high dimension and bringing that information down. Now it's just got a name in essence, you know. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So I've nearly built my website. I'm going to finish that today. I'm making my daughter a wooden leaf basically today. And yeah, that's about it really. But sorting out all the finances and not paying tax and doing all that sort of stuff as well. So alongside it, it's all coming in at perfect timing. That's it really. So thank you for the likes, people. I hope everybody's geared up and ready. Mum's been cooking stuff already, which is really nice. And yeah, there we go. So what's happening for Pete? Somebody give me a stimulus. Anything to talk about. I've been get my journal out. Let's have a look at what I've been writing. Anything going on for anybody? What's happening? I've been looking into Tantra as well. Obviously, I started my awakening journey with a Kundalini awakening back in 2020, which was intense, should we say. Magic necklace. Oh, it's lovely. I actually left my first one of these in in Italy. And then the beautiful people at Synergy Healing Tools, Ben and Amy, they sent me another one. So they've been twisting these up for me, which is really lovely. But yeah, I love it. I'm really glad they sent me another one, actually, because it was really nice. Thanks for all the likes, everybody. Keep tapping away. That'll be grand. Heating on today? No. I should bring my fern over as well. How's everybody feeling anyway? I know a lot of people can feel a bit weird at this time of year, because of the falsity that's around at Christmas and all that sort of stuff. But like I say, there's good and bad in everything. Do you know what I mean? And then when we start to awaken, we just sort of, we can have this sense of we just pull ourselves completely out of, um, the matrix as it is. But the matrix is actually like, it's you, it's all you. Yeah, so we've come here to experience certain things. So there's good and bad in everything, and depending on how we view something, we can either see it as a negative thing or a positive thing, and that's up to us. That's the power that we hold all the time. It's like whatever's happening, we can either be a victim of it or we can be empowered by it. And that's where a lot of people are at in their awarenesses right now. They can look at something and go like, right, this is happening for me. What is trying to be shown here? Yeah. So it's like, instead of being in that place of victimhood, basically, of which you'll just feel more and more and more disempowered by whatever it is. For example, the other day, I came in from a run, and there was a child part of myself, to I came into the door and I realised that I'd left the tumble dryer out, the spin dryer out, basically. And I was just like, "You're right, Rachel. How you doing? Merry Yuletide, love it." And I'd seen that, and then Mum had said that I'd spilt some soup in the fridge, and I just kicked off. It's like for 5 minutes, didn't catch my awareness, and I literally kicked off at my mum, and it ended by me calling my mum a cunt, right? Which now I laugh about it. And it was but it was great, because after that, loads of stuff started being processed. Okay, loads of stuff started being processed, for everybody, and it actually transpired that it was like, a lot of karma was coming up for my mum and dad in that as well, and it seems since then they've actually started to process a load of the stuff, how they talk to people, all the rest of it. And really what I was doing as a reflector in human design, I was reflecting back that energy that I received all the time when I was a child. Oh, you've done something wrong. Oh, you're not perfect as a child, and all this stuff started to come up. So I came in here and I sat down after it, and I apologized straight away. It's like, as soon as I said that word, I was just like, oh, fuck. Right. Okay, I'm going to go back through there. And I was just like, Mum, I'm really sorry. I did not mean to say that at all. Okay. And this is the thing, right? A lot of people look at people, who are online or whatever it is, and they've got it all sorted. They've got it all perfect. Do we fuck? Okay. We walk through the fire on a daily basis. And that's the whole thing about this, is we come and we are not perfect. Yeah. And it's like a lot of our parents, a lot of the families we've incarnated into, that we chose to incarnate into, are quite tough families to incarnate into. Why? Because we are here to pull up certain things from within ourselves, yeah, that can only be triggered. You're right, Robin, how's it going? That can only be triggered by those types of energies. So we've come here to burn ancestral karma, yeah. And what that looks like is it can be quite messy sometimes, and that's all right. That's why we've come here. Yeah, we've come here to embody what it is to learn and grow through these experiences. Yeah, and the more heightened the experiences, the more growth you're going to get out of it. But not if you're in a place of victimhood. It's like immediately those 5 minutes where we were kicking off in the thing, Dad got involved. Dad said he couldn't forgive me and all this sort of stuff, and it got down to the point where we were actually able to look at it, or I was able to look at it and apologize. Yeah, which is something that my parents never did when I was younger. Yeah. They would always just stand firm in it and all the rest of it, and then they would build and build and build a load of shit on top of that, and which they could choose to, if they went, shit, got that one wrong, I do apologize. Yeah. But it's like a part of the social conditioning in the Western world, in Britain, as where I am now. It's like that sort of stuff is what we've come here to do. That's what we've come here to embody and learn. So it's like, collar up your polo shirt, please, bro. Collar up your polo shirt, please, bro. No. You see that? Control, you see? It's a perfect example there. It's control, It's like people try and control you and do these things so that they can feel better about themselves or whatever it is. I know I'm just taking the piss, Russell, with that. But it's like, what we've come here to learn and embody is forgiveness. That's a big, big part of it, It's like, no, no, Russell, if you don't like it, scroll on. Yeah. And really stand in that place where you are being honest and you're taking accountability for what it is that you've put out to the universe, because it's like whatever that energy is that we put out to the universe, that does affect everybody around us. And that is our responsibility to be able to look at. Yeah. And if we're not looking at it, then it will only be uncomfortable for ourselves, you see. So it was a really good example of that the other day. It's like, but immediately I went through and said, Mum, I do apologize. I shouldn't have done that. Or I could have done that a bit better. Do you know what I mean? And if I was really honest, I would have said, I felt like a child again, being, thinking. And then there's a buildup of that energy, it's like for years and years and years, we've taken so much shit, over time, and we allow that to build up on us. And then some days it just gets triggered and it gets fired out. Yeah. But this is why we've come here. It's why we've come here to learn these lessons so that we can be non-reactive to those things, so that we can go, all right, yeah, see what happened there. Thank you for all the likes, everybody, and all the gifts as well. If you feel like giving us an extra gift at Christmas time, that would be lovely, and be gratefully appreciated and received as well. There you go. That's a big part of my healing as well. It's allowing this in, allowing financial stuff to come in, allowing that worth to come in. But also then there's a law here called the law of reciprocity. Okay. Now, reciprocal. Yeah. And what that means is when you are giving something out, there should be an equal energy exchange in reverse of that. So when you're giving stuff out, then you're also receiving. If you're not allowing that receiving by going, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve this, blah, 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 then the universe will just be like, right, we're going to burn you out. You see? And it's like, now that I've made the website for the readings that I do, it's beautiful, because then it's like, now I'm actually charging what I should have been charging a long time ago, really. And actually my guides in the Akashic Records, when I tapped into my Akashic Records, they said you should be charging a lot more than that. But at the moment, I'm starting at a reduced rate for people and just testing the water with it, basically, which is more than what I was charging for my other calls. But I'll keep it at that for the time being, But for the change in people's lives that I see, I'm not one of them guys who you have, multiple calls with. It's like you have one call with us, and then that literally sets you off for the next couple of years, you see. And I wasn't charging the right amount. My guides came in and said, if you're not going to charge properly for what it is, we won't bring anybody to you. If you up your financial, if you up the money that you're charging for that, then we will be in that law of reciprocity. If you're not doing that, then we're not going to bring people to you, because you're giving out far more than you're then allowing in to receive, you see. And it's like this for a lot of people right now as well. Like, money is just an energy. Everybody says, oh, money is the devil and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, it's a lot better off in the hands of conscious beings rather than the oligarchs or whatever it is who are up at the top and they're just ciphering all our energy. That's what happens when the law of reciprocity isn't being duly noted, shall we say. You see, so it's a big one, this, for people. It's a big one for light workers as well, which most of you are on here. It's a big one. Is that, oh no, I'm not good enough, I'll just give everything away for free, or I'll accept, I don't know, like some painting that your kid did for me as a thing. It doesn't work like that. Okay, we all need to make money in this lifetime, okay, in order for us to be truly sovereign. Without that, you'll always be beholden to other things, you see. So it's a really good thing to pay attention to within your own awarenesses, when you are doing this sort of work and things, and the more that they give to you, the more value they inherently see within that thing as well. So there's multiple layers to this. Money is just energy, like everything. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for all the likes, everybody. Keep battering away. If you don't know how to do likes as well, you can do it just tapping the screen, because I didn't realize that for ages there. I can like my own thing as well, so thank you. But yeah, it's been an interesting time recently. Actually got this book in Detachment Paradox. Oh, this was grand. Yeah, the key to manifestation is surrendering to a higher power. Trust that nature takes its course, allow the universe to do it. Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, it's not to say that this is passive, listen to your intuitive nudges. Does anybody else get body nudges? This is a lot of the work that I do on the calls with people. It's like, does anybody else get like body taps and nudges and things like that? No. Because those, like your nervous system, in case you don't know, a lot of people know this, your nervous system is the connection to the divine. Okay, so when you're getting body taps and nudges and little things like this, yeah, you'll get little nerve twinges in your nose or on your knees. It's usually on my knees or in my arms or whatever, on my hands there. Yeah, your nervous system is the divine connection. So whenever you're thinking something, the divine is listening to you all the time. Okay, so when the divine is listening to you all the time, yeah, nosebleeds, yeah, anything. It doesn't matter. Like I'm talking about body taps and nudges and things like that because it's something that people are generally more aware of than like, you know, birds tweeting outside or any of this sort of stuff, or like lights flickering or whatever it is, right? All of this is you. You are me. Yeah, there is no separation between us. Okay, and that's the things that I sort of teach or talk about within the calls, is like keying people in to this unified consciousness, because this is where we're all at. So if you're watching this today, it's no coincidence. Yeah, there are no coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. And it's beautiful. In the readings that I've been doing for people, I've realized that I've actually been tapping into the Akashic records for quite a while now, and it's not something that's new. Okay, hence why my guide said, they said to us while I was in my own Akashic records, they were like, you need to do three readings before you're ready to go off and charge for this, because you're already doing it. Yeah, and it's like, okay, right, I see. So where's it going with that? They also said to us a lot of different things. They were just like, you know, you're highly intuitive, you know, you're already tapped into this, you know what I mean? Like all of the information that you've gathered over the last like 4 years or whatever it is, this is now to put it into fruition, and also to charge suitably for your skills. You know, it's like, because it is people, you know, I was like, why don't people come back, you know, to us and getting more calls? And I messaged them and was just like, are you okay? You're good? And they were like, I'm flying, mate. I'm absolutely flying. Thank you so much. Since I had that call with you, everything has just shifted within my reality, basically. I'm able to keys in specific things that I needed to hear, and now I'm flying. I'm like, oh, good. I was just checking, you know. And it's like I went around and did this with a lot of them, and they all said the same thing. And it's like certain souls down here at this time are activators for other people. You know, it's like they're doing a lot of inner work on themselves, which I've done a lot of inner work on myself, and taking that accountability for that. But the one thing I haven't been doing is I haven't been charging I haven't been charging in a way that is also helping me. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, there you go. Yeah, undercharging. Up your money and you will notice that you will get more clients. It's weird how it works, okay? Because like, if, you know, say you just give, but you struggle with self-worth, that's it, you know. But I know this because I know this, you know. It's like, but, you know, when we're undercharging, it's literally people are like, you know, say you've got something that's worth, I don't know, £5, you know, and you're just like, man, £5, it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, if you do it for free, people forget about it in an instant. You know, it's like right now, my Akashic readings that I'm going to be doing, I'm setting up the website. For half an hour, it's 90 quid. For an hour, it's 180 quid. You know, which is cheap for Akashic records. There are some other Akashic readers who do an hour and a half for like £1,000, you know. So it's like I'm starting there, and that's it. Yeah, be grateful for everything as well, you know. But it's really interesting. There's this backwards way of thinking because it's all about self-worth. Next year is going to show everybody their true worth. Yeah. So it's like, get things set up now so that you value yourself. And everyone says like, yeah, but I want to help everybody all this. No, that's guilt complex coming in. That's from a weakened sense of self-worth within yourself. You see, it's like, you know, the people who really want help and are willing to put that amount of value into themselves will do that. The people who aren't, it won't help them. You know, it's like, oh, they're on their arse and I really need to help them and all this sort of thing. It's like, no, that's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's not the way that this energy works, you know. And I see everything in terms of energy. Everybody can label things as this is a wardrobe, that's a phone. It's all energy. You see, this is a portal of which I can share information with and things. Yeah, it's like similarly with energy, with money is just energy. It's currency flow, rivers, water, yeah, it's currency. In order to keep it flowing, you need to keep it moving, yeah, keep it moving. If it stagnates, what happens with water? It goes stagnant, it goes awful, it goes off, yeah, you see. So it's like, keep that money moving. That's it. Keep the money moving. Keep it investing in yourself. And the more that you invest in yourself, the more you've gone like, I value myself this much. Yeah. So it's like, it's the opposite. The more that you put into yourself, the better it is. You see, and it's like, well, I don't have money, and it's just like, well, then you don't value yourself enough, and like there are no coincidences. Okay, so if we don't have money right now, then there's a reason for that. It's probably because we're not valuing ourselves. I can only speak about this from my perspective, you see. But if you're not willing to do that, then you're not invested in yourself. You see, yeah. But that's it. So watch out for the website because it's coming soon. It looks really good, actually. I'm really happy with it. Made it on Squarespace. Handcrafted chakra energy candles infused with oils and scents. I'm so undercharging. Yep, you already know. That's it. You know. Yeah, it is. It's money. It's currency. You know, if you're only willing to invest, you know, don't even see it as money. If you're only willing to put this amount of energy into helping yourself, then that is the balanced energy that you will receive out of putting that much energy in. If you'll put this much energy into, you know, up leveling yourself, then it's that you will receive that amount. You see, that's it. I'm so undercharging for my gardener's business quotes. Yeah, up it, mate. Up it, mate. You will find that you know, it's like the quality and the happiness of yourself. Right. If you're not, if we are not putting the right amount of money into ourselves and we're having to overwork, then we are going to work less hard because we're not receiving that, you see. So it works for the customer because they go, oh, I'm getting this amount out of it. You're also going, I'm charging this amount out of it to give back to me. I actually enjoy my work again because okay, look at, I see everything as energy, okay? And it's like, you know, if you're overworking yourself, you're putting yourself down here, yeah? You're giving out this much, yeah? Look at it as in like this literal levels, yeah? If you're putting in this amount of energy and you're giving this much, where's the imbalance? Yeah? Thusly, if you're putting in this much and you're giving out that much, there's an imbalance there as well. So it's finding that sweet spot, yeah? And that is trial and error. Yeah, that is trial and error. You know, if you're on a job and you're going, God, yeah, I'm getting paid good amount for this, I really enjoy this. If you're going, God, I'm charging like this much for this and I'm actually putting in this much amount of effort, there's an imbalance. So you're going to feel imbalance within your energy. And over time, if you do that repeatedly, you're going to end up hating your job. You're not going to be motivated to do it. Do you see? Because there's an imbalance in energy. You want to find that sweet spot of wherever that is that you say, yeah, it's like, no, I'm putting in this amount of energy and I'm giving that amount to the client. Yeah, that's it. Up it. You will get more customers through that. That's the way that it works. The universe is constantly going, hey, you're amazing at what you do. You see, go out there and charge accordingly. If you don't, we're just going to drain you. You're going to drain you. It's not even the universe doing it. Well, we are one with everything, but like, do you see what I mean by this? There has to be a balance, yeah? So it's just like, oh, I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to help somebody like massively this much and I'm going to receive like, you know, oh, I'm okay just working for cups of tea. It's fine. It's fine. Basically, I'm not worth shit. I don't value myself. That's what you're telling the universe. So it's going to go, cool, right? Keep going with that. Just to confirm, the universe loves us unconditionally, and it will also unconditionally support us in whatever we want to do, whatever we choose to do. So if you're doing that and you're going like, fuck's sake, like this isn't thingy, you're doing that. Yeah. It's all you. It's all you. See? So it's like, find where that balance is within yourself. Thank you for all the likes, everybody. Thank you very much. You know, because this is it. The time that we're moving into now, your time and effort and your guidance and everything that you've gone through that led you up to the point of whatever it is that you're offering to people, if you're not matching that within yourself, then the universe is just going to Cool. I'll keep supporting you in in whatever choice that you make because it loves us unconditionally. Unconditionally, it will support us in whatever we choose to do. See? So, and I know that because I have been undercharging for my services for a long time now, and it's ending now. Yeah. And I know that the universe will bring me all the right people at the right time, because I am helping people beyond, way beyond what I was charging for. Yeah. It's like I was already giving Akashic readings. That's what I didn't realize. And now doing the Akashic readings is just putting a name to it. And I've invested a lot of money into that. Yeah. So I've invested a lot of money into myself by doing these Akashic record readings, But then I sort of realized like 2 days ago, I was like, shit, I've already been doing this, and I've been massively undercharging for this. There are people who charge thousands and thousands of pounds. That's it. How do I get your medicine, please? My medicine? Medicine. This medicine? I do many things. I also have bottles of medicine as well. But I'll be doing all that next year. But the Akashic readings I've got my daughter from Boxing Day, so it'll be after that, really. I'm just finalising the website. Got a bit of woodwork to do today. Are you in the UK, Anne? Are you in the UK? But yeah, I've had some of that this morning, actually. And I always have 2 pipettes worth of my Chaga lion's mane. Yeah, all spot on. Yeah, you can come and get some of that stuff. It's well, I'm up in that actually as well. 50ml bottles, £27 posted, and yeah, I'll be able to. I'm actually going to write. I need to order bottles after this. This is one of my journals. Okay, I have like 3 on the go at them, 4 on the go actually at the moment. If you're not journaling, folks, it's really good to be able to do that. God. Lot of bottles. Yes, so I'll be doing them soon. Way cool. Takes a lot of your energy. I'm psychic medium and it drains me. I'm undercharging. Yes, it only drains you because that's it. You're undercharging. If people are really invested in themselves, and like I say, that's another part of this journey where there's a lot of, it's like, oh, I want to help. I want to help everybody. It's like, and you can't. Everybody's saying like, oh, well, if I'm charging this amount, then I can't help the people that are down there. And it's just like, well, maybe those people who are down there financially or whatever it is, they need to do other things before they can get themselves up to that point. Because again, everything is energy, okay? And everyone's like, you can't say that, it's separating everybody and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you can. But moreover, it's people who, if you value yourself, then you're not going to be doing it all for, like fridge magnets or whatever it is. It doesn't work like that. The universe, God wants you to be financially viable so that you can go out there and help as many people as possible. Yeah. So that you're okay within yourself. But if you're not valuing your skills, you can't help anybody, can you? You see? And I know this. It's like right now I'm in debt because I've just been doing this for ages. I've been literally giving and giving and giving, and now I'm at an empty cup. And it's just like, oh, but it had to get to that point, you see. So it's like, it's beautiful. Match it. And I really enjoy doing the work that I do, primarily because I fucking love talking to people. And I love seeing their energy change, and it's like, we can call it Akashic readings, we could call it whatever, but it's just tapping into higher dimensions of awareness, and I can read people's energies very well, and all I do is that. That's it. But we need to be charging forever evolving. We are forever evolving. That's it, but like, that's it. If you're not okay, financially secure, all of these things, then you can't go around helping all the people that you want to, you see. Thank you very much, Laura. And that's it, and it helps people to go, like, if you're truly invested in your own growth, your own spiritual growth. That's my half an hour timer on TikTok done. Yeah, some of this love. I'm not with my kids this year. It makes me feel alone. That's all right. Enjoy time by yourself. That's it. It's like it's only the resistance to what is that creates suffering. As soon as you accept that fact, then you can start to enjoy it rather than being a victim of the circumstances. It's like, that's a big one. Big one. Accept what is right now, and then make the best out of it. Otherwise, if we just play victim with whatever, it's like, I can't see my kids or whatever it is today, or it's like thingy, then you're just going to stay in that place of victimhood, and like your consciousness leaves when that happens. And that's uncomfortable for people to hear. But as soon as you accept, then you can make the best out of any situation. Otherwise, we just keep going, oh, poor me, poor me, poor me. Universe don't give a fuck. Universe doesn't give a fuck. I can say that quite open and honestly. Like, the universe doesn't care like what thoughts are going on in your head. It's just going like, are you going to make the best out of this, or are you just going to suffer by resisting what is? Yeah, it's like, a friend was sad about being alone at Christmas. I'm thinking, sounds like heaven. There you go. Perfect perspective shift. Well, hey, Shag, you're right, mate. Yeah, exactly. Perfect, Angela. It's like Fred was being sad at Christmas, and there's the perspectives. It's like, God, some people would love to be alone at Christmas, and some people would love to be with family at Christmas. But the people who are in the opposite camps, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's irrelevant, because it is what it is. So you either accept it and get on with it and make the best out of it, or only you will make you suffer in that through your perception of it. So all perception. It's all perception. Somebody can see something and go, God, I really like that light. Other people can look at it and go like, oh my God, I fucking hate that light. It's irrelevant. Turn it off. Do something about it. Otherwise, shut up. That's it. I'm housebound through chronic health, but acceptance has helped me. Yeah, acceptance, exactly. And that acceptance is amazing, where that acceptance goes, because as soon as you accept something, it's like everything going on in the world. You see so many people resisting the way that the world is and all this sort of stuff. As soon as you accept it, all of your problems that are created by you, not the external circumstances, fizzle into insignificance. And you go, cool, right, okay. So it's just like, everybody needs to be growing their own fruit and veg, and everybody needs to not be going to supermarkets. And you see how that's only destroying yourself. It's not changing anything out there. Complaining about it doesn't make any fucking difference at all. Like, the world is still going to go on, whether you like it or not, in the way that it is going exactly right now. Yeah, it's like that. That in essence is what we can do. It's just like, oh, I don't like Christmas. It's horrible. It's satanic, and Santa's Claus getting all the thing. Just accept what is. Yeah, you can change. All you can change is yourself in that. You can't go out there and you can't change Christmas. It's going to be there for a little while longer. You know what I mean? It's like, but what we do in that, is what we can then have control over if we're conscious of it. But if we're doing it from a place of fear or dislike or whatever it is, and when we're literally going to this should all change it, because I did that for years, right? I only know this because I've done it. It's just like, I don't like Christmas, it's fucking this, that, and the other. I created this toxic fucking air around everything. And did it change anything? No, it just made everything worse. If I accept what it is and just look lovingly at it, yeah, then you're in a far greater place to enact change. If you're really wanting to help people see a different perspective, then be that different perspective. Don't go around complaining about how it is and how it should be and all this sort of thing. Yeah, you can plant seeds, but do it lovingly. Don't do it from a place of just like massive resistance, because that resistance will create suffering within yourself. Awesome shit. Accepting the lessons. Acceptance is the first place. I hate being forced to meet family. Well, don't go. That's something you have control of. That's it. My health is not the best. I'm loving being alone. Time to breathe. Yeah, love it. I found my people. We all do. Russell, you're going to get fucking... If you repeat that one more time, I'm going to block you. I celebrated winter solstice for first time this year. Didn't preach to others. I just did it. Yep, just do yourself. Just do yourself. That's it. It's too many expectations at Christmas. My people being pleasing tendencies. People have got Ferrero Rochers. My whole family have got a box of Ferrero Rochers and some Maltesers this year. That's it. Yeah. I make my daughter a gift every year. That's really important to me. I always make her a gift. You know what I mean? So this year I'm making her a fern leaf, and I'm just engraving it. So I'm going to make it out of larch, I think. Yeah, I think there's a piece of larch in there, or a piece of birch maybe. No, maybe a piece of birch, actually. Birch would be really nice. And yeah, so that just goes on a wall. So last year, the year before that, I made her a sign on a door, big sign on a door like that with crystals embodied in it, saying Jessie's room. And then I got her a sign, and then I made her a love heart sign last year saying Jess on it. And then just painted little bits and engraved it and things like that. And it was really lovely, and then lacquered it all. And then this year, I'm going to make her like a leaf. So it's just stuff that can go on a wall so she can see it right the way throughout the year, because it's just like most of the toys are just plastic shite, and I call it landfill, you know what I mean? Oh, thanks for this landfill. It's like, cheers. Yeah. It's like, that's it. Oh, thanks for all the trees that you've wrapped it up in that just go in the bin. It's like so wasteful as the time of year, but hey, it's there. You know what I mean? So accept it and just get on with it. That's it. I'm not going to let that, poison my own consciousness to a degree. I'm going to literally sit with it and just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Accept it. It's good and bad in everything. I mean, you can look at Christmas, okay, for anybody who's going like Christmas is fucking shit and da 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 da. Look at the amount of love that can be there. You know what I mean? Yes, it's sometimes hard with family members and all the rest of it, and they'll all be drinking and all the rest of it. I don't drink personally, you know what I mean? Or I do occasionally, do you know what I mean? I might have a Guinness or something like that, but it's look at everybody coming together. Look at the positive side of it always, you know what I mean? And then you'll be in a far greater place to be able to change it if you feel you need to, but really just let go and just let it be, you know what I mean? Let it be, let it be. My body came so unhealthy, I have some peace and precious time for myself. Perfect. Yes. What we resist persists. Exactly. Please read book Fear, Laith Immortal in Scotland. My book, Laith Immortal. I read the book Fear by Thich Nhat Hanh, and that was really a beautiful book. Oh, it sounds wonderful. So much money just going down the drain on presents. Yeah, probably folks won't use. Yeah, exactly. And that's what the thing I see with Christmas is like, a lot of gifts get bought and they're never ever used. Kids get this massive shit, and it just kind of programs their mind to want, like just or seek gratification from something external of themselves. But by conscious beings, like, it makes me feel contracted inside that energy. It does, but what we can teach them is that, by being aware and conscious is the fact that nothing outside of yourself will give you any true internal gratification that's long lasting. So that's the beauty of it, is like we have gone so far into the red that now as a result of that, everybody realizes. And I think what I see in the collective as well is like a lot of people are realizing this innate sort of this realization a lot earlier. They're seeing it a lot earlier, so they're realizing that, hang on a minute, none of this stuff is actually giving me any sort of gratification that's long lasting. So now I'm going to go the opposite way, because we are just a filtered down, and that's what's happening in humanity. It might not happen quick for a lot of people. There may be some souls here who really love that and all the rest of it, but like wanting that external gratification, extrinsic and intrinsic values. That's what it's called, extrinsic and intrinsic values. And an extrinsic value is, I've got to have a new car, I've got to get a new TV, and you get these little dopamine spikes, and then it falls, and you go back down to normal. It's like, oh, you can get a Mercedes, and then it's just you go back, oh, it's just a car. Yeah, I've got a new TV. Look at this. Wow, it's just a new TV. It did what the old one did. It's like all of that stuff is being realized by humanity. There's a really good book called Lost Connections by Johann Hari. Go out there and read that because it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. Intrinsic values are ones of like, where you seek your happiness from inside of yourself. You go within rather than looking out here for it, because out here is just a reflection of what's going on within here. So when you change and you heal and you realize and you bring awareness to certain things within your body, then that will also change the external of what's happening and the people around you as well. It's like up until the end of the day, when I called my mum a cunt, it was like, that was the longest peace treaty that we have had, in my family ever. Yeah, because I'd looked and had brought awareness to certain things within my system, and then that filtered out onto the veil of reality as well. So then it changed how mum and dad saw themselves, and it's like, that is beautiful, that is really beautiful. So it's about really finding that love within yourself, and then that love will emanate out naturally to the external world, inverted commas. So yeah. She is going on 4. Yeah. But again, I'm not attached to it. Like most of the time, she opens the presents and just look right next one, because she's in that part of her journey where she's like thinking that the happiness is going to come from outside of her, and I accept that. So if I resisted that, you see, within her, it's like usually she opens gifts and she's just like next one, but that's just a part of her journey. So it's like if I saw that and reacted to it and went like, oh my god, it's like oh, she's not like loving of what I gave her, and poor me. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I know she's going to open it and go, amazing. Like I know it's going to go on a wall, and she'll see it every day, and that's the beauty of what I'm doing there with making her gifts. You know what I mean? So it's like, but this is it. If we can stay in that non-reactive state, everyone said like she wasn't like thankful of that thing and all the rest of it. Oh, I don't give a shit. She's fucking 3. She's navigating this world. She's come from higher dimensions. She's far more evolved soul than I am. Do you know what I mean? I know that. I can see it in her eyes. She's there going and assessing everything. She's working everything out, figuring out how this world works. And I'm sat there just going like, just watching her, and it's like all I can do is guide her. But if I'm doing it from a place of victimhood, why didn't you like my gift? How's that going to help, It's going to put more shame onto her, The rest of the family do that brilliantly. I don't have to do that. You know what I mean? All I do is just go, no, you're okay doing whatever it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? And just getting over that programming of when I was younger, where it was just like, don't stand on the chairs and don't do this and don't do that and don't do the blah, blah, blah. Basically, what your parents are saying when they're saying don't do all of those things and you're out in public, they're going like, don't you show me up as being a bad parent. Don't you shine truth on who I am. Yeah. Because they're all ashamed about that. And then you have compassion for them as well, because you realize that they're just a filtered down experience from their ancestors and their mum and dad, and they shame them for this, and then they shame themselves for this, so then they shame us for this, and we gets to us as a slightly more evolved soul. We come down here to go like, oh, well, no, actually, I'm not going to put up with this anymore, and my daughter, I'm going to choose for her to be free. You see, so that's the beauty that we have. When we get to this level of awareness, is we're able to then shine a light on things that are unconscious to the patterns that were given to us. Yeah, and we've been gifted these. Yeah, we've been gifted these. So that's the beauty of it, is really recognizing like our power, our innate power to be able to do the work that our ancestors couldn't. Yeah, and that's a lot of what I do on the calls with people. The Akashic readings is literally showing people that they have that power to be able to enact that change. Yeah, through bringing awareness to themselves, and that's uncomfortable for families and things like that. When I'm out with Jessie, she's crawling all over everybody. She's going under the tables. I wouldn't have been allowed to do that when I was a kid, because it's just like parents are like, oh, is somebody judging us over there for this? And oh God, they're living in complete fear. When you start to break out of that fear and you realize your own power, your ability to be able to say no to that, it's like, I don't care how that person's judging me, because if that person's judging me, that person is just judging themselves. But instead they're going, oh, look, shame and guilt them. Yeah, don't look at me, I haven't done anything wrong. Do you see what I mean? That's the real power that we all have, is the ability to take what it is that we've embodied as what we thought was right and wrong. Oh, our parents are never wrong or anything like this. And then it's going like, no, actually, this isn't right, this isn't coherent, this isn't loving, this is fear. So then you start to recognize the fear in everybody else as well. It's like, for instance, we were out for a pub lunch after a beautiful walk, taking my daughter there, and I was just like, Jessie, listen, and let out a little fart like that. Mum didn't even hear it, but my little sister went, oh, Sam, that's not nice at all, like that. Mum kicked the fuck off. Yeah. Nobody else in the room, by the way. There was nobody else in the room. There was just our family. Yeah. There was like another room through the fireplace and over there, but Mum couldn't even hear this far. It's not even about that. She's like, oh, no, God. And she kicked right off at me. And I was just like trying to ignore it the best I could, because I was just like, God, they're in such fear. And I actually cried for my family, because I was like, shit, they're in so much fear of what everybody else around them is judging them for, because of their conditioning, which they don't understand. They think that this is just normal, You know, keep that stipple for a lip, and everybody, no, we're a perfect family and all this. No, we're not. Nobody is. That's the fucking irony of it all, is that nobody's perfect. Yet everybody goes around pretending to be perfect. Yeah. So the more you can be honest with yourself about who you are, the more you are going to align to authenticity. And what that looks like to other people who aren't living their truest, highest life is that they will be scared shitless of you, because you are literally breaking through all the conditioning of what it is that they thought they were, who they thought they were. Yeah. And that's really scary for them, because they're like, oh shit, I'm going to be judged. Oh shit, I'm going to be smacked. So it takes them back to their childlike self. So now I view mum and dad as these children. They're children, in essence. They've got wrinkles and they look older and all the rest of it. Underneath it all, they're children. Oh no, but I've got a house and I make money and I do all these things and I have more money than you, so that makes me... It's all rubbish. Age isn't a discerning factor for wisdom or embodying your truest version of yourself. It means nothing. Age means nothing on this journey. Okay. I learn more from Jesse than I do from my mum and dad. You know, it's like, not to say they're bad people. They're not at all. They're wonderful, loving, really kind-hearted, and they have these huge hearts that they're actually really scared to expose. Yeah, that's that's why I cry for them. You know, I've had many times when I cry for them. But it was interesting the other day because, like, you know, my dad actually turned to me and said, like, oh, this stuff you're doing online, and oh, it's disgusting, you swear and all this sort of stuff. He was just firing up because we got close to that wounded child within him, you know, and I was able to separate that and go like, well, Dad, I love you unconditionally. I don't require anything from you. You know what I mean? And he's just like, no, won't be able to get over this at all. No, called your mum a cunt. Can't. No, 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 no. Literally, but he's there going like this. His energy is going doing this inside of him. When actually he's scared shitless. Scared shitless. You know, that anger is fear. That anger as a always, whenever anybody's showing you any anger, it's their inner child inside of them going, I'm scared. I'm scared. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Please leave me alone. I can't look at this. Yeah, that's what anger is. 100% of the time. You know, there's something fearful within us that's wanting to be seen, and it's so scared to be seen that it will defend itself and it will shout, it will scream. Like my dad the other day said, you know, it's just like, you're lucky you're still standing. And I felt like saying to him, like, fucking yeah, Dad, like, yeah, it's a bit of that fucking divine masculine coming out there, but it wasn't. It's not. It's his inner child going, leave me alone. Yeah, I'm scared. Please don't make me look at this stuff, because then I'm going to unwrap a load of shit that I'm not okay unwrapping. So I'm going to have to apologize and take accountability for a lot of stuff in my life that I'm not willing to be accountable for. You see, but that accountability, that's true strength. The vulnerability in that, that's true strength. That's where we get our power from, is those points. We're able to stand up and go, got that one wrong. Got that one wrong. And mum and dad, they won't get that in this lifetime. They'll have to die and maybe come back a couple of more times before they're able to, hang on a minute, something feels different about this. You know, it's like, and then they might be able to look at it, you know. It's a massive one for parents especially, because like we lose our shit, you know, and to be able to sit down with our child and go, I apologize. That was me. That was not you. Okay. It's like, I lost that in that moment, and I'm actually able to take accountability for that now. Yeah. That is huge. Huge in this lifetime that we're living in right now. Yeah. It's like, to be able to say, I apologize. Not I'm sorry leads to more shame. Yeah. I apologize is a much better term, because it's more neutral, it's more open. So it's just like, we all fuck up in life. Okay. Me the other day, you know, as soon as I said the word cunt, I was like, oh, fuck. And it had to get to that point. But it brought up so much awareness within myself. So much awareness within myself. You know, and without that example, without that flare up, without that fight, yeah, it's like I wouldn't be at the awareness that I am now. So that's the beauty of it, is the ability to be able to really just go, pull your hands up and went, I fucked up there, you know. And don't expect those people around you to also do the same. That's another big one. Yeah, it's a trick of the ego. Don't do it for the sake of going like, I'm sorry. Are you going to say sorry? Yeah, it's not about them. Yeah. If you're going around trying to change the minds of everybody and expecting them to change, it won't work, because you're doing it from a place of force. It's hidden force, it's very subtle force, but it is force. It's very sort of masculine dominant side. And it is your ego going like, I said sorry, where's your apology? I'm not looking for an apology off anybody. Yeah. I don't care whether or not they say sorry or not. Yeah. It's not for them. This life is for me. Yeah. This life is for me to realize and bring awareness to things within my own self. And when you do that, as a result of that, through osmosis, it will filter into the collective slowly, but don't expect things to happen quickly, especially with people who have repressed so much in their lifetime to the point where they're literally like this all the time. Fucking fuck off, leave me alone. Don't fuck off, leave me alone. You know, that's where everybody's at on tenterhooks right now. So it's really just bringing the awareness to yourself. Fucking let go of how it's received. You know, if you have apologized and you've said your piece and you've made peace within yourself and you sit with that shame, like I came in here after that, I came in here and I sat with it and just went, fucking hell, you called your mum a cunt. And I got to the point where I was laughing at it. You know, it's like, then that's when you've changed how it went in your head. You know, you've changed it to the point where you're able to laugh at the face of adversity, basically, and you're able to sit there with it and go like, fucking hell, like, you know, and sharing it on here as well. Don't think that I have it all sorted. Nobody does. You know, if there's any people on here who are saying that I've got it all sorted and I'm enlightened and blah, 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 bollocks, fucking bollocks. Run a mile from them people, okay? Run a mile from them people. Nobody is perfect. Yeah. It's like there might be a few enlightened people on this earth right now, but I'm talking like a handful. Yeah. You want to be around the people, or if you're choosing a spiritual guide or whatever it is, you want those humble ones who are going, I'll put my hands up, I am not perfect at all, nor do I ever want to be. You know, it's like that's where you find real humility, is those people. I do not have it all sorted. Do not put me on a fucking pedestal. Okay. Your ability and my ability to be able to be open and fully transparent with what is going on, they're the people who you want to be around. Yeah. Who are going to literally call themselves out on shit. Yeah. And let go of any force that's applied. You must be like this. You must be like that. It's like, pull them people away. Maybe they're just not that level of awareness at the moment, you see. And it's like, I've had a lot of these people on my journey, you know, come in and they seem really, really like good for you and all the rest of it. And then they start to try and control and manipulate you and tell you what to do and all these sorts of, like, you know, nope, you just do you. Don't worry about me. There's a real lot of power in that, to be able to say to people, you do you, fucking don't worry about me, you know, you do you. That's it. Anyway, I'll start scrolling down the comments again. Thoughts on plasmoids, N9N human intelligence? I have no idea. Christmas is wonderful, a family world experience. You don't have to spend time with corporations anymore. Yeah, need to find it. Also, a capitalist society encourages seeking outside. Yeah, it does. But do you see the beauty in it? Like, you know, before things changed in your life, did it get to a subtle thing and you were like, oh, get it? Right, yeah, cool, nice. No, it doesn't. It has to get to the extremities. Yeah, it has to get into that real, you know, black and white, you know, and it has to go into the black. If black is perceived as bad, there is no good or bad. Yeah, it has to go into absolute loopy fruits, fucking idiocracy before people are going to go, hang on a minute, something wrong here, because it happens gradually. So that's why the awakening process is happening right now. Christmas is all a part of that. Yeah. See how there's good and bad in everything. I tend to see all of these polarities. Yeah, there is no good or bad. There is just a big grey area. If you perceive something as being negative, then that's kind of a good thing, because then it's getting so far into the dark. And what happened in my lifetime, before I woke up, it was like things had to get so bad. Yeah, in life, things have to get so bad. Yeah, They have to go into loopy fruits, yeah? Like, hello, world's fucking mental, like, hello, like literally, we're just slapping you on the shoulder a bit, then we'll punch you in the head. Oh, you're getting it now. Good, right, there we go. It's exactly the same with all this. Yeah, people have to go so far into the dark going like, hang on a minute, all the new cars and the bigger houses and the presents and all of this stuff, it doesn't make me happy. I'll keep buying, I'll get another car. There we go. No, that didn't work either. Shit, what does work? Go within. Yeah, that's it. It's exactly the same. So it's good and bad in everything. Da, 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 why wear the necklace? You're trying to put a label on yourself that you're spiritual. See, any sort of like affront or any attack or anything like that from somebody, it's always something within themselves. It's always something within themselves. Okay, that they're going. This person here, cash in the attic. That person there, if they're even real or not a bot, what they're doing is they're 100% actually trying to be spiritual in some way, shape, or form. So what they're doing is they're projecting themselves out onto the veil of reality. And actually, I don't have to give a reason for why I wear this. I wear this because I'm me, yeah? And I like the Triskelion. And this is a part that was given to me by people who I love, yeah? So there you go. That's it. I wish my parents had a happy ever after. We all do eventually. That's it, We all do. If you're forced to spend your energy for energy exchange, I don't know what that means. You have a nice face. Thank you. I'm sure you do too. Guess you're two for human currency. Humans are the new currency, not the assets. Assets are technically monopolized by social tech. Are they? Okay. Yes. Live your truth. Yeah. Yeah. Allow, big one, that. Allow everybody to be exactly where they are. That's it. Don't take anything personally either, right? This is a big one for people. Don't take anything personally. You can do whatever you want. But like when anybody is projecting anything onto you, it is not coming from their soul. It is coming from their ego. It is coming from a level of control. Okay. It's not coming from a place of who is truly them. So to take offense to that is kind of ridiculous, because what all you're seeing is a reflection of how they see themselves inside. Okay, it's got nothing to do with you. Take nothing personally. If anybody is attacking you or trying to change you or say you're this or say you're that or say you're, whatever, it's not about you. It's never about you. Anybody who's really truly connected to their soul and is who they truly are, they will not do that. They will not want to change you in any way, shape, or form. They can help guide you if asked, if it's consensual. But if anybody is projecting anything onto you, it's got nothing to do with you. It's all to do with them and how they're struggling within themselves. Show them compassion. Doesn't mean that you have to stay with that and be there as a punch bag for them. That's another self-worth issue. Yeah, you can block, delete, get rid of these people if they keep doing this, but recognize that it's nothing about you. It's got nothing to do with you. Any ill word or whatever it is comes from a place of the ego, the not self, and it's got naught to do with you. So if you take offense to it, then you give your power to this person. Thusly, you will give power to anything outside of you. You see, it's not about you. Am I related to Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'm in my late 30s and I've just started to learn all of this stupid societal programming. Thank you, Samira. What's your most embarrassing upset stomach story? I don't know. I don't really get embarrassed by a lot of things, to be honest. It's probably a time when we got food poisoning. No, it wasn't food poisoning, actually. It was poisoning from the water when we were in Tenerife, and I spewed all over a bonnet of a car chicken noodle soup after I'd gone to a Chinese. It was really rough. Can't say I was embarrassed by it, though. I was like, I don't know, 10, something like that. So frustrating when others do not take accountability. Yes. Each one teach one. Yes, we are here to remind others that they're amazing. Yes, exactly. Hi, do you have any experiences with astral projection? I'm astral projecting all the time when I'm in my sleep. It's beautiful. Hello, everyone. Oh, thanks, mate. Here to remind them of their journey and how they can choose what's best for them. Yeah. I hope I don't live through 25. Oh, I can so relate with what you're saying. Learned all this doing shadow work. I have so much awareness. Gave me so much awareness. Yes. Wish my boss knew that. If you don't like your job, leave it. Learning to be less defensive. I put heart attack on vision board. You're still being a victim of your reality. You are not. You are the creator of your reality. Empower yourself. You don't want to die. It's just a part of you wants to die. Probably the part from what you've just said that where you're at work. It's like change your job. Have the strength and the conviction to leave the job if you don't like it. Put faith in the universe. Know that you will always be gifted. If you make decisions, or when I made decisions that were integral to me. For instance, I was working in Asda, and we were on the produce department, and I was 17, something like that. And I've always had this real justice side to me, where unfairness will always be integral. Should we say it's integral, right? And when I was working in the produce department in Asda, they came in and they tried to impart a load of extra laws or things that we had to do at the department. We had to then go look after this department, that department. We're already run off our feet, yeah. And it was like, so they came in, told us what was happening, and then then literally they went, oh, well, here we go. Can everybody sign this? Consent. Can you consent to this? And I remember going, nah, I'm not doing that. Everybody else signed it, yeah. And I was the youngest person there. I was like, no, I'm not signing this. And they were just like, okay. So anyway, they called me up to the office later that day and said, oh, I heard you'd like to be further trained on all of this sort of stuff. I said, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not signing what this thing is. It's unfair. We're already run off our feet. And gave them very calmly. I said, this is when I was 17, it's like speaking to 60-year-old, company owners or whatever it was. And they were just like, oh, well, maybe this job isn't for you then. I said, well, maybe it isn't, I was just like, I'll get my things and I'll leave, When I made that decision to leave that job, I then went home and sat there, and literally a guy walked through my door and said, oh, does anybody want a job at Domino's around the corner? Literally. And I was like, yeah, I do. I got a job. 4 hours later, I had another job. Yeah. And it was like right round the corner from my house. To Asda, I had to cycle fucking miles, which there's good and bad in that, obviously. But when you stand in your integrity and you say to the universe, I don't want to keep bashing my head against a fucking wall in a job that I hate, then the universe will go here. Yeah. But you have to make that jump. Yeah. Us as individuals, we have to make that jump. And when we do that, you'll be surprised at how the universe will catch you. Yeah. But that takes that bollocks and that integrity to be able to stand up for what it is that you truly believe in. When you do those things, the universe sorts stuff out. Yeah. Remember, there's only one thing interacting with itself here. Your guides, your higher self is constantly watching you going you're fucking miserable. Why are you still doing this? You're fucking miserable. Why are you still doing this? Yeah. And if you keep going oh, well, I'm still thinking, I don't like my job and blah, 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 the universe will be like, right, well, so you're choosing to do that. Yeah. You're choosing to do that. So why are you still choosing to do that? Yeah. Universe is constantly watching us. Our higher selves constantly stood there going like, when are you going to make a move on this for your highest good? Because we're waiting. We've got all this beautiful life here waiting for you, but because you're still choosing through free will to be fucking miserable, yeah, then that's what you'll do. I am an Akashic record reader, yes. And they are literally, they're waiting to move stuff round so that they can pull you into your highest timeline, yeah? All the time. But unless you're not fucking doing that, then they'll just keep, that you will keep yourself in that miserable place. And we can blame everybody else and say it's their thing, that thing, and whatever. No, it's your inability to be able to recognize that fear within yourself and not take actions on it, you see. It's like, that's the big thing. That's the big thing, you know. But we are creating hell here, or we are creating heaven here. We are, yeah. Nobody else. We are. You see, it's up to us to change our lives. But we can't. If we just sit complaining and moaning all the time at how shit our life is, guess what? It's you who's doing it. Nobody else. And I know this because I fucking moaned and complained and fucking bitched about how shitty it was until I got it and I understood it and I went, oh shit, it was me. I was creating all of this. Yeah. There's a lot of responsibility and a lot of power within that knowing, you know, and that's what I help people to understand on the calls that I do with people, you know. The universe is amazing, truly, yes. Universe, one song, universe. I need to suffer to learn, yeah. That's why the universe puts us into suffering brilliantly, you know. It takes us so far into uncomfortable so that we go, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, I control this. Oh, I control this. Shit. Wow. Yeah, we all need a reminder from time to time, that's it, you know. But that's why I'm here, to help empower people. Hi there, do you get anything for me, please? I don't do any readings online. I do a general thing of what I can feel within. That's it. How do you access your Akashic records? With intention, that's it. There is a false Akashic records in the fourth dimension that is like an astral thing, and there's a lot of trickster energies in there. So you say a sacred prayer, and then that literally puts you into that high dimensional awareness, which I feel as though I'm in a lot of the time anyway, to be honest. That's it. I did a course. I got my first Akashic reading about 2.5 years ago now. Galactic Traveller. And yeah, it was fascinating. It was the biggest spiritual upgrade that I have received on this journey thus far, because it made me go from just this tiny little insignificant almost speck to expanded consciousness. It was huge, absolutely massive. And from then I knew that, you know, it literally was the biggest spiritual upgrade that I got on this journey, was realizing my, you know, taking myself from my perspective of just this small thing to this expanded state. And then Susie reached out to me, who I did my course with. She's booked up until May, June, I think, something like that. So there's a lot of people are yearning for this right now, you know. And yeah, it was incredible to learn that was real, you know, that I am a part of everything, you know. But now, yeah, it's my absolute honor to be able to do that for other people as well. So I'm just sorting the website out, and it'll probably be live. If you want to reach out to us and donate to us as well, I can do that as well. But until I get all the financial side of it sorted and all the website finalized and that, it's like I'm not going full head of it, because I've got Christmas now and I'm with my daughter and all of that sort of thing. So it's going to have to be until after that, really. But yeah, I love it. You know, it just helps people shift onto it helps empower people. And that's why I'm here, is to help empower people through my own journey, through my own, you know, what I wrote into my soul contract. I know that's a huge part of what I'm here to do, is to help that. And like I say, I'm starting a men's gather in March time as well, in Lincolnshire. That's where the first one's going to be. And again, we're just finalising all those bits as well. I'm just going to start advertising it and things. But it's more based around fun. You know, a lot of the men's gathers that I've been to, they've been real serious. You know, it's like really serious and crying everything out and all the rest of it. We're going to base it around silly fucking reconnecting with your playful self, your childlike self again. That's it. You know, because when you take things not too seriously, then it allows the universe to come in and do everything for you. You know, it's a real empowering time right now. Out of interest, how do you know all this stuff about timelines and interest? Just a lot of researching, studying, that's it. Tapping into the Akashic, that gives you a lot of information about it all. I've been kind and positive and shrug. I've been kind and positive and shrugs. Yeah, but we give our power away if we're just being nicey to everybody all the time. It's not what the universe is saying. The universe is wanting us to all be really empowered into who we truly are, and that means that a lot of people aren't going to like you. Whereas, like, the ego mind is like, oh, well, I'll please everybody and I'll be happy and that'll do it. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, you give a lot of your power away to people who you're not. You know, it's like you're literally going like, oh, please like me. It's giving your power away, so we feel drained within ourselves, and then we get pissed off at the outside world. But it's not the outside world. There is no outside world. There's just us. There's just this one thing that's interacting with itself. But it's constantly waiting for us to really stand up for ourselves. But it's like, you know, nice guys finish last. They do. It's because you can't go around. If you're going around and you're liked by everybody in life, you're doing it wrong to a certain degree. You know, it's like, and I know this because I was a people pleaser through and through. I thought that that's what the universe wanted from me, just please everybody and do all this. No, it wants you to stand in your power. And sometimes standing in your power and being your authentic self means that you're going to piss a lot of people off, that people aren't going to be coherent with you. Your light grids are going to bash off one another. That's it. Because your storage chakras, your third, your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus, they are your storage chakras. So when you start to heal stuff within yourself, you'll notice that you'll start resonating at a different frequency than people who you've been around your entire life. Yeah. So it's about recognizing that within yourself and really recognizing, like, you know, oh, I'm no longer in coherent resonance with that person over there. Yeah. And you'll try and force connections. Yeah. And you'll feel your energy contract. And that's what I'm big on. Notice when your energy is expanding and notice when your energy is contracting. Big, big, big. Yeah, that just go on that alone. Yeah, if you're around somebody and your energy is contracted, if you're around somebody and your energy is getting lifted and you feel yourself gaining energy from being around this person, and thusly that person too. Not about being an energy vampire, because if you're gaining loads of energy and that person's dropping, then you're more than likely siphoning their energy as well. It's about lifting one another up. You want to be around those people who are lifting you up. Yeah, and sometimes it means breaking connections with people who you've been friends with for years. You know, it's like, it's just part of the journey. But if your light grid isn't connecting and it's resisting, then that will be felt energetically. So don't put words to it. Just literally feel the energy. Yeah. What sort of downloads do I get? What sort of thoughts do I get? All of this sort of stuff. That's it. So all of this sort of stuff. Greetings from the Isle of Man. I went over to the Isle of Man 2 years ago. Douglas. That's actually where my Akashic reading teacher, Susie, that's where she's at. Two major things in non-resistance: non-identification with the mind. Yes. Yes. How can we heal from dizziness? I don't know. Can you tell me about your download? Which download? I'm getting downloads all the time. Downloads are just thoughts, you know. Downloads are like fancy terms for thoughts that are coming from higher places. That's it, you know. It's like, can I tell you about my thoughts? Yes, sometimes they're good and sometimes they're bad. But there is no good or bad. It's like, same here, people pleasing my whole life. Yeah. Basically, I also, as well, I should say that I'm a reflector in human design as well. So that's the blueprint. It's not something to attach to, you know. It's like certain people are manifesting generators, and certain people are manifestors, certain people are generators, certain people are projectors, and certain people are reflectors. Looking at this is a really good way to be able to recognize what gifts and skills, and also how your energy system works, because it's different for everybody. Do you know what I mean? Not to be attached to, okay? It's like, I have the blueprint of a reflector, so my aura is completely open. That's why I wear a hat a lot of the time, it's to protect my open channel. And also, none of my energy centers are connected. So when I'm with people, I'm feeling them deeply. Yeah, same in calls. I'm feeling the energy of what they're feeling. So I'm able to give an example, or I'm able to feel what it is that they're going through in that time. So it makes me very good at the work that I do, in the Akashic readings. I've realized that I've been doing these readings for ages. It's just now they've been given a term. That's it, really. What's a good resonance to start learning about your Akashic records? Just start looking into them. Like I say, as soon as you put your intention out there, that's it. Everything is intention, This chair was not made without the intention that this chair was going to be made, Similarly with this house, And it's interesting because Akashic records are embodied of, this chair has its own Akashic records, yeah? This hat has its own Akashic records. This house, the collection of people you can do Akashic readings for, but it would be very general. Some people would hear what you're saying and they would be able to interpret it and embody it, whereas a lot of that group won't be able to because they're either sides of it, you see. So it's just like everything has its own Akashic records. Businesses have their own Akashic records, everything, literally everything, Stand in your power and be of no service to stand in your power and be of no service to anyone else. No, you can being of service to people is one of the highest things to attain in this lifetime right now. So I'm very blessed to be able to do that for people. But you have to serve yourself 51% of the time and be of service 49% of the time, And everybody in this world right now is going like, oh no, we must keep everybody around us happy. No, that's actual manipulation. It's subtle, but it's manipulation. If I keep all these people right, then I can feel right within myself. That's externalizing your power. So you'll always start to drain. That's why I say be of service to yourself 51% of the time, be of service to others 49% of the time. So you're keeping that balance so that you're keeping your cup full, but then not underfilling it by doing it on the other. And 2% difference is a massive thing in that, you see. What happens if you won't break with your closest people, even though you feel like you should? Then you will just continue to suffer. And that's the beautiful thing about suffering. Suffering pulls you into that place of going like, what do you truly want out of life? But if you're literally just doing what everybody else wants you to do all the time, and you're not aligning to what it is that you want to do, that's what I just said there, be of service to yourself 51% of the time. But it's perfect. It's all perfect, right? It's a beautiful, beautiful cosmic soup that we all live in, yeah. And that's it. It's like, I noticed when I wasn't breaking away from people who were not good for me, then it would just continue. I would keep the same patterns. I would cycle the same patterns over and over and over again. Okay, and it's like I would just keep doing those until I got right. Hang on a minute. No, wait, and then you move on up. No, you move on up, move on round. It's like life's like this. It goes round, and you get the same lessons. This is a lesson here. You go round, 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 but you're constantly growing. Everybody is constantly growing. You know what I mean? It's not to say that there's beings here who are, there has to be contrast. It's the yin and yang. It's the yin and yang. That is at play all the time. All the time, the yin and yang, yeah? But it's walking that middle path with it. But like I say, we will repeat things until we realize that those things don't work any longer, So if it's just like eating shit, it's like, oh, we just make you feel like shit. We'll just give you a mucus response and make you not sleep right. And oh, you got it right, cool. You started to sort yourself out. See how the universe is constantly getting us onto our highest timeline. It's just our resistance to it that creates suffering. Why is suffering there? Suffering is there so that we do get onto our highest timeline. You see? And that's only something that we can do within ourselves. It's only something we can empower ourselves to do. And working on telepathy, quantum entanglement. What's your thoughts on this? Yeah, well, you can't work on quantum entanglement because we are quantumly entangled all the time. You can help your perception of what that is and how it works, I guess. Yeah, that's it. But it's like right now we're all coming into this unified consciousness, i.e., that's why everything is being purged out of our systems right now. All the not self. The not self is being purged out of our systems so that we're able to unify and there's nothing hidden, so that we become one mind, become one soul. That's it. That's all unity consciousness is, from my perspective. We can say it in multiple different ways, but that's what unity consciousness is. It's us coming into this unified field within one another. Hence, telepathic abilities are coming online, because we're breaking down the wall that was not allowing that. Now there's gaps in there and we can see through it. Before, it was like this, very structured, Now there's gaps coming through, so that then we're starting to read minds of other people because we're allowing that in. We're saying, yeah, cool, I don't mind that, It's like, but again, it's about a consensual thing, and we must be careful that we're not allowing in energies that are not good for us. But at the same time, if we do, then we learn how to purge those out, you see. See how it's all one thing. It's all one thing interacting with itself. Yeah, meditate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Do nothing. That's it. Yin yang. Study the yin and yang symbol. It's all in there. It's actually a 3D symbol as well. It's not just 2D. 2D? Do you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender? Yes, I have. What's the best advice you've ever received? The truth will set you free. Truth will set you free. And also, every time we tell a lie, we create a false version of ourselves that we will eventually have to undo. I repeat that. Every time we tell a lie, we create a false version of ourselves that we eventually have to undo. Yeah. So that's why radical honesty is key right now. Like, literally be honest about everything. Because this plays into what I was just saying about unified consciousness. We can't get into a state of unified consciousness if we're still scared about the things that we're hiding within our system. Yeah. So the more you can be honest, that is the ascension. That is the expansion. Because truth is love. And the truth of it is that we are all love. And the only way that we can really be that open place of love is if we are open and honest with ourselves. It starts within here first. When you are truly honest about what it is that you stand for, people will filter out of your life because they're not being honest with themselves. That's just the way it is. Authenticity. There's a reason that authenticity is the highest frequency, because the authenticity, the truth of everything is that we are all made out of love. And when you break everything down, you see that everything in the darkness or whatever it is, the fear, the wars, everything is love. Yeah, everything is perfect exactly as it is. And it always has been. And that's why we're in the Kali Yuga right now, as I don't know, some fucking religions say. And it's basically that we are in the densest form of reality that we have ever known. Yeah. And Earth is a really tough place to come and learn lessons as a soul. And that's all we are. When you die, nothing dies. You just transcend. Your consciousness leaves this vessel that it's been in learning lessons, and it will go somewhere else. Yeah. So don't be scared of death. And that's the biggest lie that's been told to Earth. And that's the thing that guides everybody through fear, through control, through manipulation, is the fear of death. Because everybody's scared of death. In other cultures, they're not bothered by it so much. So they're more open to learning lessons and all the rest of it. And I noticed that when I talk about death, everybody leaves. It's like, because everybody's scared of death. They don't want to look at death. But actually, when you look at death, I've died in this lifetime, okay, through psychedelic experiences. And like, when I've come back into my body, I was like, oh shit, hang on a minute, this is all a big fucking illusion. And that's what those psychedelics taught me. They're great tools on the journey, they're great tools on the journey, but should not be relied on. You see many beings just going around and skirting the like ayahuasca ceremonies. Oh, I'll book the next one. I'll book the next one. I'll book the next one. You don't have to do that. Life will teach you everything that you need to know. Yeah, it's just how open is the best term for God that I have found. Open you are to changing, to enacting that change. And like I say, it's more about accepting, to be honest, than changing. It's more about accepting all parts of yourself. You're already all enlightened. You're already all enlightened. Yeah, we're here to transform. Death doesn't exist. It's like falling asleep. It's like falling asleep. I feel like I can't live around any people anymore. It's just so boring and full of problems. Yeah, it can be. Yeah, but then that suffering, that's bringing you into your highest alignment. You're just not there yet, and that's all right. Do you know what I mean? It's like you just have to, how honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Yes, exactly. That's how. How for now. Used to be a program on TV when I was younger called How, wasn't it? How for now. I remember that. Yeah, it's about accepting everything and just loving it all. Like, love your food that you're putting into your body, love yourself, love your family, even if it has to be from afar, love your friends, love your associates, just do it from a place of love, because it is all love. That's the truth of everything, is that we're all made of love. We're all made of love. And that's lovely. Or some shit. What do I know? It's literally it, It's like, I know enough to know that I don't have a fucking clue. I know enough to know that I don't have a clue about anything. But I do know that I am here to help, to be of service. And that's beautiful. And that's what we're all here to do, really. We're here to help one another, get to that point of awareness. But it starts within. Don't expect it to happen from the outside. We are all stardust, yeah. We are all stardust. Exactly. But yeah, there we are. Anyway, right, I'm going to go and make my daughter her gift, I feel. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you for all the likes and the follows and things. If we could get it up to 9,000 likes, because seeing as there's 70 of you on here, if you could all tap the screen and get us up to 9,000, because I like 3 6s and 9s, that would be amazing. That would be a great Christmas gift. And anybody who wants to give us a gift or anything like that, feel free. And yeah, watch this space for anybody who wants to book in with us. Feel free. Just watch this space. Basically, there's a website coming, all the rest of it. That's it. Remember, don't let anybody else get you down. You can't, it's impossible for anybody to actually get you down. It's only if you give power to those people, or give power to that situation, that circumstance, or whatever it is, that's it. It's like all of these things, just you hold the power within you, What to do about my scar on my back from cancer removal? What about it? Mushroom tonight getting picked up. Yeah. All right, Ches, come in right at the end there. You know what I mean? Thanks for everybody tapping away. That's grand. But yeah, nothing outside of you has any power over you. It's only what power you give it, and that's why regulating your nervous systems, getting you to that point of sovereignty, true sovereignty, is where you can stay to these things. Yeah, you go, I don't consent to that anymore. That's the power that we all have. That's it, There you go. So, cheers, John. Thank you. But yeah, I'll get us up to 9,000 and then I'll bugger off. Thank you very much. Thank you as well. Yeah. This is why I'm here, is to help people just understand themselves a little bit better, so that they can take stress out of their lives, really. But only you can do that. You know what I mean? I'm just here to empower people through my own journey. And believe me, I went to fucking hell on this on this journey. I went to absolute hell on this journey. But you have to, because you don't have to, but it helps. That's it. Spot on. Was held at gunpoint. Awesome. Love that. What are you going to make my daughter? I'm going to make her a. It is easy if you think it is. It's not easy if it's not. If you think it's not, you create all of that. See, that's it. Only the power that we give to the things outside of us give it power. That's it. Yeah. And I'm going to make my daughter a leaf. I feel like a leaf, and just engrave it. This time, I'll put a load of paints in it and then lacquer it all. It's going to look really lovely. I'm just going to go with the flow, as I do with all of my work that I do. It's like I made that yew tree table over there as well. It's stunning. 90 minutes. Perfect. 90, 90, 97. Brilliant. Thank you, everybody. Cool. Yeah, the only way through it is through it. Exactly. And you're all safe. You're all looked after. You're all loved. Your soul is eternal. It goes on forever and ever and ever. Yeah. Soul is eternal and it goes on forever and ever and ever. So don't worry about death. Don't worry about getting things wrong. You can't make a mistake. A mistake is just a mistake. You've just mistaken. You can take it again as many times as you want. All roads lead to source. Don't worry about shit. Like, it's pointless worrying about stuff, honestly. But if you are in deep states of worry or whatever it is, I know where you're at, but it's just your ego. Don't worry. Yeah. Have a merry Yuletide, everybody, and we'll catch us all on the flip side. I'll probably be offline for now a couple of days, but I've really enjoyed this live. If you want to connect with this live as well afterwards, there is a few of my other lives that I've done on my YouTube channel as well. Go and follow me on Instagram. Go and follow me on TikTok. Watch this space from my website. I'll be putting it in the link in the bio. Go and check my link in the bio. If you want to buy any Shilajit, go for it. And yeah, there you go. All right. Take care, everybody. No, take risks, everybody, because that's where you'll find yourself. All right. Dude, I can't. Why is it telling me I can't go off? There we go. Thank you. No worries. Thank you. I receive all of your lovely praise and thanks. Thank you. All right. Take care.